The immediate past governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, on Tuesday doubled down on his recent criticism of the Tinubu administration by calling it the most corrupt and worst government in Nigeria's history. El-Rufai said the federal government under Tinubu was the most lying government that depended on false propaganda, especially on security challenges bedeviling the country. When asked what was wrong with the government, he said, and I quote, "I should ask you, can you afford 3 square meals? Can your salary buy what it used to buy 2 years ago? I should ask you, there's nothing wrong with the government?" Or refuting claims by the government that security had improved in the country, he added that the insecurity in Nigeria was due to federal government's failure to prefer deeper solutions to address what he termed the prevailing security challenges from their roots. We're now being joined by Arise News analyst Mr. Dayo Sobowale to examine the factuality of the former governor's claim. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Many thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure being here, Sylvia.
Now, when we look at El-Rufai, we know he was once a Tinubu ally. What factors beyond policy disagreements do you think might be driving this shift that we're witnessing?
Well, I will first of all address the issue of factuality of what he's saying.
Okay. Yes.
I will say the reality of what he's saying. He should know what he's saying because he has been very much part of the establishment. And he played a role in bringing this government to life. So he knows what he's saying. If he says you cannot afford 3 square meals, I would say it's not lying. If he says, you see, this you could afford before you cannot afford them, that's a general thing in the Nigerian economic landscape. And it's not peculiar to Nigeria. But it is unfortunate that it came at the time when Tinubu came in, and he exacerbated it by the fuel subsidies gone situation. I won't say things are abating. He's in a position to know. A former governor, a former founder of the party, and somebody who engineered the Muslim ticket that brought Tinubu on board. I will say this is a way of telling Tinubu that he has to pay the price of the support they gave to the Muslim ticket. Because he is a Fulani, and the Fulanis run the north. He's throwing his cap into the ring to start the campaign for 2027. Unfortunately, the president himself said that until INEC asked them to start campaigning, it is illegal to campaign. Because some people were putting his billboard and that of the vice president all over the country. So in a way, it's a midterm reckoning. We don't have midterm elections, but he has thrown his cap into the ring. And it is up to the government to accept the challenge. But the realities of economic pain that he has mentioned are not lost on all of us. So let's leave it at that for now.
Okay. Now, looking at the, like you rightly said, political positioning here of the situation, if, like, we just noted, El-Rufai did support Buhari in his time, and we saw the recessions that happened during Buhari's time as well, too, in fact. Now, with looking at President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's regime, we're going into his second year, or his third now, I would say, still at the early stages of his presidency, but we have seen inflation cross 13%, Naira losing more than 50% of its value at some point in time. So comparing both situations, would you say El-Rufai's criticism is from a place of care for the Nigerian economy and care for the Nigerian people, or his stance on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's position and intention to run for a second term?
I think it's a case of sour grapes.
Yeah.
So he is very much part of our problem. He cannot suddenly turn around to say he's the solution. No way. This was a man who was minister, he was governor, he was Director of Bureau of Public Enterprises that handled the privatization. He was a minister, like Wiki, like Minister of Federal Capital Development. So I said here that they treated him unfairly by not confirming him as minister. I said that. And I thought he was criticizing so as to put his house, that is the PC, his former house now, to put it in order. But now it seems he has gone to a party that is virtually non-existent. And you know, they say every cloud has a silver lining. The only thing I like about his statement was the fact that he knows his SDP is a small party, but they are going to build it. That's some confidence. I won't say arrogance, but that's some confidence. Let's leave it at that. And then again, if you talk about him and Buhari, there's not the Tinubu regime and Buhari. It's the same party. I mean, it is an elongation of the Buhari. This is about, they are going to the 12th year now. So it's still an in-house criticism, but to me, it is a challenge. If you ask me, I will tell you the type of challenge later.
Please, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. You can tell us right now.
Okay, you see, I mentioned Fulani the other time. We must face one fact in Nigeria. Some northerners, especially the Fulanis, feel that they are born to rule. They have said it in so many papers, in so many articles. And that was why, at a time, even they agreed that they have neglected the South for too long and created a slot for Obasanjo to be president. That's right. And now, later, Tinubu boldly, I dare say, audaciously too, said, Emilokun. And they listened to him and they put him there. But I'm sure, you see, they are trying to remind him now that for us in the north, and for the Muslim ticket, you will be there. And that's what he said in so many words. That because he's in power, he thinks he can do anything he likes. Only an arrogant man will say that to a sitting president and not expect anything.
Okay,
Let's leave it at that.
In just about a minute, give us some potential outcomes of how the situation might play out. What's the end game?
It has not even started.
It
has not even started. And you said you give me 1 minute.
Okay, 1.5.
No, I hope, see, the security people should call him to order. But out of the arrogance I've told you, the National Security Advisor, they were false before. The things he has said, it seems he knows more about the terrorists and the bandits who are fighting us than even the government. He's telling them, why can't you arrest those people? So it's an in-house power tussle. How it plays out depends on how the people he's attacking, who run the country, react to what he has said.
Dr. Shonibari, thank you so much for your Sobowale, my apologies. Thank you so much for your insights on this, and very important ones as well.